Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. This is your host, Keely Austin. Today is Wealth Wednesday. It's May 27th. And as of right now, we've got 51 participants on the line. Make sure that you reach out to your team. We do not want any ICMs left behind. Today, we get to learn from Daine Clark. Daine Clark is an amazing individual who has really done some incredible things with this business. It's very, very impressive and really, really inspiring. Before Renatus, Daine was working two jobs. He was working for Apple and as a roofer. And Daine was actually really, really shy at the time. When he was working for Apple, he would be talking to customers and just was not very good at it. And so they ended up having Daine work in the back and just kind of stay in the back to stock shelves. And it's just amazing to see how far he's come as far as just being shy and not so outgoing. He's very, very good with talking to people now. As a roofer, you can see he's got fair skin, and being in the sun all day was just not working out for him. He fell into roofing because that's what his dad did. He was barely making ends meet, started looking for other income opportunities, and I'm so grateful that Daine found Renatus. He plugged into the system and he listened to his mentor. Applying velocity banking, he was able to pay down debt, and he used that as leverage on a down payment for a duplex, where he lived in one side, rented out the other side. And we fast forward to today. Daine has now raised over $12 million on various transactions from different investors that he's met, whether they're in Renatus or outside of Renatus. He's been able to build $12 million of funds for his deals, and that's incredibly impressive. His secret to that is consistency and frequency. He has grown his team and has become a PIT team member, meaning he's in training to be on the PAC, President's Advisory Council. And he's recognized by our CEO, Bob Snyder, as a key leader. And we're so fortunate to have him with us this morning to train. Good morning, Daine. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Keely. Thank you so much for that intro. We missed you last week. I hope you had, Jeremy said that you were doing a big training. So I hope that was awesome for you. And thanks again. How are you doing, by the way?
Doing awesome. Thank you. It's a great training, by the way.
Oh, good. So good to hear. Good morning, everybody. All right, let me pull up comments here. And let's get the Wednesday going. All right, wait, they changed Zoom a little bit. Okay, here we go. All right, so everybody that already knows what to do, please go ahead and do that. Go ahead and chime in, comment. Let me know. I want to know how many people that you were able to talk to in the last week. How many one-on-ones, how many people that made it to an intro, how many people made it to a follow-up, a virtual house tour, or like an intensive that Keely was talking about. So go ahead and let us know. And Keely, you actually had a guest in one of my presentations last Thursday that was very, very interested. And I'd love to know if you've got any stories for us there as well. And well, let's see, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna jump over here and see how many I had.
We had a follow-up Zoom one-on-one, and he's very interested. He wants to review Thursday night. He said there was so much information, he didn't really catch everything, so he's gonna rewatch that. But he's really excited, and hopefully we get the sale in.
Cool, man. I tried to even parse it down from what I used to. I really just, so maybe I'll have to parse it down even more and just show them this and show them that and be like, hey, you should do this. But that's awesome, though. Congratulations. Ooh, did he come to the follow-up by chance?
Yes, he did.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. All right, let's see. I did 1, 2, 3. I had 4 one-on-ones over.
I just want to say
4.
Thank you, Daine. You spent quite a bit of time with him, kind of one-on-one at the end of the meeting there. He came off mute and asked you several questions. So I just want to say thank you for taking the time.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime. And that's honestly, like, that's what I would do if I was doing the presentation live in person, is just hang out afterwards and chitter chatter back and forth. And I feel like we did that 2 weeks ago. And I was like, man, that was valuable. So every week, if people want to put guests in front of us, then, I mean, we'll stick around afterwards and we'll chitter chatter and we'll talk. we'll talk shop on real estate. Obviously, it won't be like, hey, you know, I made so much commission on this. Like, we don't want to talk about that. We'll just be like, oh yeah, like we did this, we're closing deals. You know, it'll just be like people like, holy crap, these guys are real. Just chitter chatter and back and forth. These real estate investors talking about deals, talking about strategies, and it's valuable. It's so valuable. So I can't remember who's doing the presentation this Thursday. I believe it will be Michael, or I may get a last minute quick update, and it could be myself again. But I'll be presenting something on Thursday. That's for sure. So cool. All right, we got a bunch of people. Oh yes, we got new team members. All right, Keely. Oh, great job. 1 1-on-1, 5 guests. Esther had a big goose egg. If you guys don't know what that is, I report even when I have nothing. So far this year, it was the very first week of January was the only time I did have a goose egg, but I still report it because an honest person is a paid person, in my opinion. And so thank you, Esther, for reporting the goose egg. Kenneth Muck had 8 conversations and 1 intro. Great job, brother. David and Gilda had 2, 1 1-on-1. Brigham had 2 conversations. Sherry had 1, is going through funding. Great job. That's awesome. Linda had 4 and 1 new team member. Awesome. In fact, Linda, if you can come off of mute, I would love to hear just a little bit about this new member. And
Okay.
and yeah, let's hear about it. Go ahead.
Give me 1 second. I'm walking out.
Yeah, no. While you're doing that, David Rainey had 5 guests. Great job. Rick had a goose egg. Great job, brother, on being honest. And you'll notice that the success gods appreciate honesty, and things will happen. People will come into your place. Your people will come into your universe as your, you know, and this is one thing I want to talk about today, but just that whole, like, what they call that, the law of, I can't remember, a law of attraction, putting things out into the world in lots of different places, right? So I'm going to talk about that today, putting things out into the world in a lot of different places. So go ahead, Linda.
I just want to say that my team member came from Facebook. I'd never met her. Sandy Girl had taught us to use our Facebook, so I did, and she reached out to me. She's in Washington, and I just had her on Richard's calls, and then Craig helped me basically get her closed. She just wrote a check out of her HELOC. She sent it in. She doesn't even have her education yet, and her partner are already out scouring mobile home parks. They're seeing what I'm doing with the mobile home parks, and that's what they're interested in.
Oh yeah.
I've been calling on her mobile home. She's already made 3 offers on mobile homes, and they don't have their education yet.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations. All right, moving on. Alvin had 5 guests attended events in last 1 week. Let's see, events last week. 1 attended 4 events. Nice. And did a 1-on-1. Nice. That's. Oh wait, all of these are the same person. So 5 guests attended. 1 attended 4 events. Oh, 4. So, okay, so one person did 4 different events. Congratulations, dude. That is how you get paid. People got to see stuff a lot. Just like Alinda said, even though she's been posting on social media, and you know, these people are seeing different things that are going on with us and whatnot, like lots of exposures. You know, again, we're going to talk about that more today too. Amy had 1 1-on-1, 1 guest for tonight, 1 EPX combo closed with the help of our 5-star. Ooh, and you are 5-star. Well, congratulations, Amy. That is the biggest first step, right? And it's just getting started. Oh, I bet you're excited now. This is going to be fun. Oh my gosh, I remember the first time I opened up my bank account on my little app on my smartphone, and there was a deposit of a 1, a 0, a comma, and then 3 zeros after it. That was the first time in my life that I had ever seen 5 figures in a single month. In fact, that was probably the first time I had ever had a deposit over like $2,000 at one time in my entire life, making that first $10,000 check. It is crazy what Renatus has built for people in creating, you know, and yeah, some people maybe they already have experienced that thing, but I never had. And to me, that was like the coolest thing in the world. And with the power of Renatus, I mean, you could do that month after month after month in both real estate and in helping people get started in the education. It's just nuts. It's funny because all of us, I feel like we're always looking for a better opportunity. In fact, I mean, we are in Renatus because we were looking for a better opportunity. Even when I joined Renatus, when I first joined Renatus, I remember still thinking like, okay, like, is this it? Or is there other opportunities out there? And I was working and didn't feel like it was gonna pay off in the beginning, and working, didn't feel like it was gonna pay off. And so I'm looking for other opportunities. And then I did get paid a couple of times in Renatus and was like, yeah, that's so cool, but still working. And so even though I in the beginning, I was still looking for other opportunities, I don't think I've ever found anything that's as cool as what Renatus has put together to get paid on your knowledge, on your relationships, on your credibility that you're either borrowing from other people or building for yourself. It's super cool. Super cool what Renatus has built. Thank you, Mr. Bob Snyder and all of his team. So Berta had 3 one-on-ones. Congratulations. Ada had 2 and 1 new education holder. Congratulations. In fact, Ada, can I have you come off of mute if you can? Just interrupt me, and I would love to hear just a real brief, 60-second story of your new student. Joe had 1. Brian had a goose egg. Cheryl had 4. Got a bunch of congratulations. LaShawn was cash flow game night again. Ooh, Alinda got 5-star because of this. Congrats. So, all right. Well said, Daine Renatus. This is so awesome. Yes, it is. So go ahead. Who do I have?
This is Ada. My new education
Ada.
is actually my mother. So.
Oh, awesome. That's so cool. I remember the day my dad called me up as well and said, Daine, I'm buying this. I've seen what it's been doing for you, and I need this education. And he purchased. So give us a little bit of backstory. I would love to hear, how in the world did your mom say, Ada, I need this?
Well, she's really interested in velocity banking, and she also has a business. So tax and legal is something that she's interested in as well. But my mom was actually the one who saw the roadside sign a little over 4 years ago that got me started.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she saw it, said, hey, you should do this. And so you're like, okay. And then you do this. And now she's like, wait a second, I need this too. Did I catch that right? Oh, I love it. That's so cool.
I was the only one interested. And yeah, she's been watching me and she's been getting on events and decided she was ready to get started.
Oh, that's so cool. Good for you. So good for you.
Yeah,
So,
and I'm
right.
a little shy, so thank you, Daine, and you guys. I'll enjoy the call now.
Yeah, way cool. All right. Now, as you guys, some of you probably know, I want to have somebody come off of mute. I want to answer a question for you guys. Last week, I have to apologize. We started talking a lot of real estate. They don't like me to be a real estate coach. So if you guys wouldn't mind, because you guys know me, if you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it. So if you guys will do me a solid and help me out and let's try and keep this to the marketing side of the business. That's what this call is designed for. We've got a lot of real estate stuff going on. In fact, last night, Gavin and Kayla knocked it out of the park. But yeah, so anybody that's had an experience, and if you guys do ask me, a question, I will probably just figure out how to turn it into, hey, this works for both real estate and marketing. Because in my opinion, that's what it is. You know, I get the questions all the time, like, oh, how do you balance your real estate and your marketing? And I'm just like, it's the same. They're both the same. I'll sit down with somebody and say, hey, here's how you hustle in real estate investing. Or I'll sit down with somebody and say, hey, I'm a hustler and I'll buy your house. Or I'm a hustler and I'll help you put your money into a real estate house, you know, whatever. So go ahead and come off of mute. Somebody just interrupt me.
And there's a chat from Logan regarding a question he had last week.
Oh, yes. Logan, thank you so much. I did take a screenshot of this, I remember. So thank you for reminding me. But all right. In day 3 nationals, Nate Lambert said he schedules one-on-ones with the prospect before inviting them to a meeting. But before Nate attends the one-on-one with the prospect, he said that he sends them a 36-minute video for the prospects to watch before the two of them meet on the one-on-one. What 36-minute video is Nate referring to? So Nate just recorded a little video of himself, basically just doing the first exposure, right? So let me show you guys. In fact, here, let's actually pull out, some actual content today that I've used, because I don't use one of those. I've been thinking about doing it, but I don't. And you know, still been producing, you know, enough income, if you will, for myself, because to me, yes, I might be able to close a few extra people. I don't know. But to me, I want the third party credibility, right? Because with Nate, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys follow that guy, but that dude posts on Facebook like no tomorrow and just posts the craziest things. He's always traveling here and doing this and doing that. And so he's already built lots of credibility for himself. And so, yeah, you could probably go do this and you know, film yourself. But here's the stuff that I use. So if you go to, and somebody can probably find this even faster than me, but if you go to YouTube and search Elevate Renatus, actually, you know what? I think they put it in the Facebook group too. Oh, I'm not screen sharing. Ha ha ha. Screen share, start broadcast. All right, here we go. And bam, cool. Thank you guys. So Elevate Renatus, and there are videos right here. Introduction, 55 minutes.
I don't have to read this.
Okay, and so this is Michael Huggins, 55 minutes. He's got a briefing. I don't use the briefing because I am the briefing, basically. If I talk to somebody and I'm like getting them interested in real estate investing, and I just say, and I send them a 15-minute briefing, I mean, they're going to be like, wait, I already told you I was interested in real estate investing. I already told you, you know, like I personally just like to be the briefing, if you will, and talk about what they're going to learn and what I'm doing and what I'm working on. And then I'll send them this top one here, Introduction by Michael Huggins. Now, I know Scott Rowe has one that he has recorded. I don't know how to find that one. So if somebody who does know how to find that one could chime in and maybe post that in the chat here. Let's see who else has one. I believe Richard Stock would have one. I don't know how to find that one myself. I know Bob Snyder has one as well, and that's basically in like the Helios. That is in the Helios campaigns that you can get started for people. You can start them on a campaign and get that ball rolling. But this is what I use mostly. Is this one right here?
Hi, Daine.
So go ahead. I got somebody off of mute. Go ahead.
Yes, you know, for Scott, actually, it is on, you know, like on Helios, but we were told that, so for right now, it's only Bob Snyder is available to basically that you can protect people.
Okay. So we got Bob and we got Michael Huggins.
Yeah, there's Michael Huggins, there's Scott Rowe. Yes. But they're not even updated. I mentioned it to Michael Monday, to if he was going to be updating it, and he said, you know, it's a great idea to, you know, so he's going to talk to corporate about it and updating it, because I think it's like 2018 when they recorded it. So and some of those, you know, stuff, especially like the pricing and like, you know, some of the words, you know, some of the words that are not compliance anymore. Yeah.
And there may even be a recording out there of just a really recent one that Michael did, that would have been, I mean, literally just like in the last month. I know when I did the presentation the last 2 weeks, somebody was recording. I don't know where that went.
We do have
I wonder
recent recordings, and I can provide a link.
Yeah,
okay,
but
cool.
are you guys, are those, can you send those with, that you can protect? Because I know that's the reason with Scott Rowe. He's not, you know, he told us not to use that because we cannot protect people. They cannot check him in.
Did they not create one where they, on the calendar, that you can, let's see, that you can do just like a webinar?
Keely, we'd still like the link. Give us the link anyway.
Give us the link, right? so yeah, we've got that one of Michael's, but like she said, I think that one might be outdated. We've got the stuff for Bob Snyder, and then on the calendar, I swear they said that they were working on this, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm curious if it's already there.
I have the guys. I have the. I just checked one of Scott Rowe's follow-up links, and it is broken. Like, it is not leading me anywhere. And just a few weeks ago, it did work.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, for now, I'm just creating people as customers, if you will. And I'm just trying to get their order in as soon as possible. Because if you put their order in, I mean, usually like when I get somebody to an intro and then a one-on-one and they're interested, then I'll just put their order in. And even if they don't buy, then that order will just get canceled. But if they do, then, and later on, I mean, their order's in, and so they're locked to me. And so I've got a couple orders in the system right now that are like that, where I got them to an intro, and I didn't lock them to myself. I got them I did a one-on-one, and I didn't lock them to myself. But then we put her order in, and so now she's locked to me because she's got an order in the system.
Hey, Daine.
So, but I swear they were working on something. I'll get to you in just a sec. But I swear they were working on something where you could book them to a webinar, but maybe they didn't do that yet. So go ahead. I got somebody off mute.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you tell them that you have their order in, or do you just put it in?
Oh yeah, I mean, they know. I would say, oh yeah, we're gonna create an account for you real fast, and just so you have a login, because there is stuff in Helios that if you create an account for somebody, and I was told this, but I haven't tested it yet. I was also told that if you just put somebody in as a customer, they automatically have a login. You don't even have to put an order in. But I basically just tell them to put in like a soft order. I say, yeah, we're just going to create an account for you. It's going to ask you, hey, do you want to pay now and sign all this stuff? And like, just don't do that yet. We'll work through this as we go. And if it makes sense, then you've already got the login. And if it doesn't, then they'll delete it in like 2 weeks, and we'll just shake hands and part as friends. And but in between, as we're going through this, you have access to watch some videos. You can learn from, you can meet some of the instructors. They've got little bio videos in there, so you can meet some of the instructors. You can scroll through the classes, so you can see all the stuff that's available. And so I usually just err on the side of like, hey, let's just create your account. And if you never pay and never sign, then they'll delete your account in 2 weeks. So no harm, no foul. And you learned that this is what you didn't want to do, right? But if you do want to do it, then hey, account's already created. We could unlock your education instantaneously, put some cards in there. And so that's how I've been doing it.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's just getting people,
then you
because
could
then they can kind of test drive. if you will. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say what you just said. I'm sorry for cutting you off. You kind of could use it as you got 2 weeks to test drive this.
Yeah, exactly. So I think in the old system, the Renatus customer service had to delete the accounts, and they would do it like 30 days out. I've noticed that Helios is automated. It sent me a text. I can't remember how long it let it go, but it's somewhere in that 1 to 2 weeks range where we haven't acted on hers yet. And so it just sent me an email that said, hey, we might cancel the account if you don't act on it really quickly. So I think it's somewhere in that 1 to 2 weeks range. Well, I know it's been longer than a week, so it's got to be somewhere in that. Yeah, I'm just going to say 2 weeks.
So Daine, does it do the same thing for the ICM? I'm sorry.
Probably. You know what I need to do is I need to test and just see what happens if I just create a customer, because I was told that if somebody is created as a customer, then they can just go to the login page and hit forgot password, and they can reset a password, and they have a login.
Daine.
No orders.
Hey, Daine.
So,
hey, it's Billy. Hey, it's Billy.
What's up, dude?
Hey, man. Yeah. So here's the way that works, Daine. I just did it last night. So if any customer is ever created, if any customer is ever protected, like if they've ever been registered at an event, what it means is whatever email you used, that is their login. Now they don't have a password, so all they have to do, you guys, any of your customers, they just simply go to the login, the myrenatus.com. Yep, click login and click forgot password. Instantly, an email will go to their email that you registered them at, and they'll be able to click the email. It says click here, and it automatically brings them to reset password. Boom, they reset their password and they're in. They have a whole back office. And then my guy just placed his order last night. While I'm sitting there at his desk, he just did it himself, walked himself right through his own order in his own back office with his own brand new password.
There it is.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, Bill,
Nice.
did you have to enter an address, or you left the address blank?
He left the address blank, and for his own, because it populated him. It populated.
Yeah, because I noticed that when I try to send to customer, right, I had before that screen to click on send to customer to even enter an order. I noticed that you have to enter an address first.
Well, it asks for an address.
I usually just ask them for their address. I usually just put it in.
Because people are asking, is it my billing
I've never
address?
had an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I never have an issue either. I mean, that's their account.
Yeah.
They can go edit it or change it later. He can change his name or email later, but it's created. All he has to do is create a password, and all the person has to do is hit forget password. It'll automatically send an email that clicks them to a link that says change your password, and here it is. Boom! It's a piece of cake, and they already have a login, like Daine said. They already have an account.
Yeah.
He placed his own order with his own credit card all by himself. Just clicked every button he wanted, and.
But they have to be protected. How about if they were just unprotected and they were just a lead that you just added? Can that?
Well, the only way Renatus can recognize them is sorry, Daine. Yeah, go ahead, Daine. It's their email. They have to know. Renatus has to know the email.
Yeah, I have not tested the one, or if you just add them as a customer to try that. However, I have done it where I just put the order in and say send to customer, and I just tell them, like, it's gonna say, hey, you can pay here, but just don't pay yet. Look in there. I've got you scheduled to come to a few events. You and I are talking one-on-one again in a week. So in between now and then, jump in there, look at all the different education. Here's a link that takes you straight to the the instructor's bios. So save that link, you guys. In fact, if you don't know how to find that, let's go there right now. So you create their login, you come in here, and I'm going to go to education, and right here at the bottom, instructors. And so I'll create the account, and you hit that button that somebody mentioned already, send to customer, and then they get that, and they'll log in, and right off the bat it'll be like, choose your package, sign for your order, pay now, and I'll just be like, just close that window, and then click this link again that I sent you, And here's all the instructors. You know, click on these guys and watch their little bios and see what they, you know, see these guys as, I mean, these guys are their own CEO of their own businesses. And they just talk about why they love what Bob Snyder created, and because they value knowledge themselves. And so anyway, so it's awesome, absolutely awesome. As well as if they go to the course library, then, I mean, all of these are going to show locked, and so they can click on it and get in there, but there's not going to be anything down here that you can actually watch. But I mean, they can see, like, oh my gosh, like, okay, fair housing. They can see all this stuff, and all the different sections of what they're going to learn. Like, oh my gosh, like professional tenants, functions of a property manager, continued. Like, do I need a manager, right? That's a good question to ask if I'm going to be owning real estate. Tax advantages, ooh, that's a good idea to learn that. You know, does this look valuable to you? Like, ooh, typical cost to pay a property manager. Like, that'd be good to know. That'd be valuable. You know, so they can check it out, if you will. They can't watch anything. In the instructors page, there's a bunch of bio videos. They can watch stuff, but really this is valuable because they can see all of this, and they can scroll for days. Like, holy smoke! Some people this might overwhelm them, and so you say, don't worry. We are going to pick and choose, and say, you know what? I'm only going to have you watch these classes, right? Don't worry about everything else for now. Watch these classes and go make some money.
Hey, Dan, I had a quick question.
Go ahead.
I was just curious, like, so how do you, like, basically strike up a conversation with somebody? Like, how do you, like, go into that?
Yes. Cool. That's actually what I wanted to chat with today. So I'm gonna roll with this one, and I'm gonna share the little snippet that I prepared for us today. Let me come back over here. Okay. And so the question was, how do you get somebody interested? How do I do my own briefing, basically? Now, I did do a training. I cannot remember how many weeks ago it was, but I did like a whole training on just doing the one-on-one briefing. Search through the Facebook group if you're a part of that, and I'm pretty sure I tagged it. Just search Wealth Wednesday and then briefing, and it should be in there. But in essence, here's what I do, right? And so I'm gonna tie this in, because here's something that I've been noticing lately as I'm working. I've noticed, you know, I've been talking about the divide a little bit, and you guys have heard me say that, but I've noticed as well that even though it's been this emotional roller coaster for a lot of people, myself included, right? In fact, I think I even a couple weeks ago said, like, I had so much rejection in 1 week that I was just like, why the heck am I even doing Renatus right now? And I'm quitting. I told my wife, I'm going to quit. Like, this is the dumbest thing ever. And then all of a sudden I had like all these people come and be like, oh my gosh, I've been following you. Here's the thing. We've all heard, you know, we've heard of like The Secret or the law of attraction, whatever. Here's what I've noticed in how this works. Even when you feel down, even when you feel like, you know, negatively emotioned or whatever you want to call that, you still need to work. You still have to put stuff out there, because I've noticed that, you know, in this process, as you are working yourself, whether you're working towards your real estate deal, or you're working towards becoming 5-star, or working towards your first $10,000 a month, or working towards your first $50,000 a month, 100, doesn't matter. As you're working towards your goal, people need to know about this, right? And you emotionally, you are going to be up and down all along the way, right? All of us are like this. So you set these goals, you know, I want to make $50,000 in a month. And you set these goals, and emotionally you're like, yeah, you know, you see some trainings, and you close some calls, and you talk to some people, and they're like, holy crap, I want to, you know, I'm an early adopter and I'm jumping on board. and you're just pumped. And then you have those days where you're just like, oh my gosh, nobody wants to do this. Like, why am I even doing this? This is a waste of my time, waste of my money, right? We all have those. But here's the thing, even when you're down here in the bottom, right, in the valleys, you still got to put stuff out there, right? It's crazy. Because like I said, we all have this. I still have this. If anybody believes that me or Bill or Michael Huggins, I think Michael Huggins is like some kind of he might be some kind of mutant, because I'm not sure if Michael goes through this, but I would guess that he does. Just never seen it before. But anyway, right? We all go through this emotional ups and downs as we're reaching a stretch goal that we've never achieved before. And so even when we're down, we still have to be putting our goal or what we are working on to achieve our goal out there, right? So even when I was down, I actually, did a little post on a real estate deal, and let me actually share with you guys what this message that I just got from a gentleman. So here, let me read this. So I did a little post. This was May 21st. This is a few days ago. Did a little post, was like, oh my gosh, like I told my wife, like, we're going on a vacation, right? I've been getting so much rejection back and forth, and yeah, I've closed some stuff, and I did have a $20,000 month in May, but still just like this divide that I've been telling you guys about, it's happening, right? And so I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to work really hard, get a bunch of rejection. I'll find the early adopters or the people that are excited, and then we're just going to go on vacation and unplug for a few days, right? And so anyway, did a little post, and then this guy texted me out of the blue, right? I haven't talked to him since March, and he's just asking me about, because I guess he follows me, he's asking me about when the whole Corona era hit, he's like, hey dude, I think I'm going to get out of town, and there's no COVID-19 when we're camping. Anyway, and he goes, hey Daine, my brother-in-law is a wholesaler. I'm sure you know what wholesaling is, yada, yada, yada. I currently have 3 rentals that I purchased with mortgages, but I really want to try my hand at flipping one of these wholesale properties with my brother-in-law. This is why I'm reaching out to you. It's so awesome what you're doing with flipping homes. How can I sign? He doesn't even know that I have something for sale, but he says, how can I sign up to learn from you? Specifically related to using other people's money, the other people's money part. I'm definitely game for some risk, but I don't have the funds myself to secure one of these cash deals, not to mention the rentals. I'd love to talk to you more. Seems not only you've been successful, but so has your team. So crazy. I'm talking to him today, actually. And so even when you're going through these ups and these downs, people still need to see that you're working, right? Because you have no idea. You have no idea who's watching. No idea who is, when you're up, when you're down, you have no idea who you're affecting, because people are going through this themselves. Whatever goal they have. I mean, some people just say, hey, I just want to make rent. Some people say like, hey, I want to quit my job, right? Everybody has their something that they want that they don't have today. Everybody does. And so when you have at least the appearance that you are not backing down, if you at least have the appearance that you're still working through, even though all the stuff that's going on right now, if you just have the appearance, right? You see where I'm going with this? As long as you continue to maintain the appearance that you're still working, dude, you just became a leader in that person's eyes, right? So what I just showed you, this text message from this gentleman, even though I've been this emotional up and down and just had some absolute triumphs, had some great things happen, still I've had more rejection in the last 2 months than I feel like I got all of 2019. And it's tough, and I recognize it. And I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna look it in the face. I'm gonna bust it out. But because this is kind of the social distancing era, I'm gonna bust it out, and I'm gonna find the winners, deal with all the rejection, and then we're gonna go on a quick vacation for a 3-day weekend or whatever. Just unplug, relax, and then we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna continue doing this through this whole Corona era, and I'm gonna find the people like Kevin that texted me and said, Daine, I'm excited, right? Because again, there's this divide. If you haven't heard me say this yet, I want to say this really fast. I've seen this divide where a lot of people used to kind of be like on the fence, where they're just like, yeah, and then you would see some people that are like, yeah, like let's do this. Oh, fences with a C. And people are like, yeah, but a lot of people were just kind of on the fence, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. And they would join Renatus, and they wouldn't work as though their life depended on it. Now I feel like it's either or. People are joining Renatus, and they feel, it seems like I'm seeing people that are joining on I just had somebody buy their Epix combo, and it was a struggle for them to get it, especially with what's going on right now. And it seems like they are working as though their life depends on it, just busting it. They've gone through all of their essentials in like 30 days. They're halfway through the fix and flip track that they said, this is what we're going to do. We want to flip a house, so we're going to go through the fix and flip learning path, and we're going to do a little bit of stuff from raising money, and so they're busting it, right? And some people are like, dude, the sky is falling. Like, we're done. I've even seen some religious people like, holy crap, like the second coming is about to happen, right? I've seen I've seen both ends of the spectrum lately, it seems like, right? And so I figure, you know what? Because it doesn't really seem like there's a fence anymore. Bunch of people are here, and so I just keep on working. I just keep on doing what I do. And yeah, I'm got these emotional ups and downs, and yes, but I'll just keep on working towards my goal and continue. I mean, the law of attraction is you got to put stuff out there. So yeah, I'm still posting on social media. I'm still calling people up and saying, hey, I'm doing this. Have you ever considered getting involved in real estate investing? I just talked to a guy last night, actually, that was just telling him what I'm doing. And just, complete, just cold one-off, chatted with this gentleman and told him what I was doing. He's been a realtor for 28 years. And he's like, holy cow, like, I love what you're doing. Like, yeah, I want to talk more about this. In fact, can we schedule time to, I want to hear about this. Right. And so doing the thing, I can't remember who asked this, but doing the same thing. Right. I do the briefing. I create the intrigue, and that is the briefing, right? I create the intrigue, do the briefing, schedule the one-on-one. Oh, but wait, you got to watch the video first, right? This is my process. Oh, but wait, you got to watch the video first before we meet, right? I pull it back on them. Schedule this first, right? Or this can be the live intro. Either way, I would still do the same thing. Like, yeah, I want to sit down and talk. In fact, I'm going to be going to a real estate investor group training where they, a bunch of network is going on, and because of the whole COVID-19, they're doing it on Zoom, and they got a bunch of breakouts, and they're doing this and they're doing that back and forth, left and right. And so I'm going to be going, how about you and I still meet next Monday at 3:00, but you and I can show up together at this live presentation, right? This is just if you're not using the video, you want to use the live. It will be more powerful, I'll tell you that. This is how I would talk to that person to go to the live. I still want to talk to them because this is where the order goes in. But I pull it back and I say, oh, before we meet, I want you to see some stuff that I think you're going to find really valuable. Like if you think just talking real estate is valuable with me right now, I want you to meet Michael Huggins, or I want you to meet Bill Predabon, or whoever's doing the intro presentation, right? And use it. Don't tell people I want you to see this meeting. Tell people I want you to meet this presenter, because then it's personal, right? If I'm booking to Billy's meetings, I'm just talking Billy up. Like, dude, you got to meet this guy. You got to meet this Bill Predabon guy, right? In fact, I think somebody was going to be going to one of Bill Predabon's meetings anyway that I was talking to. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you got to meet this Bill guy. I mean, he's been in real estate for years. He went through 2008. He's one of them. And he came out the other side and just closed real estate deals and did well for himself. And he still gives back to his real estate investing community. You got to meet this guy on, in fact, Bill, what days do you meet? Thursdays or Wednesdays? I can't even remember what they said, but can't remember who it was, but I was talking to somebody and they were going to your meeting. Thursday night, right? Yep. And that's exactly what I said. Just talk Bill up, or talk Michael up, or Scott Rowe, whoever's doing the presentation. And make it personal. Like, I got somebody I want you guys to meet, or I want you to meet, right?
So Daine, quick question. The question is, you actually have them watch a video and then send them to a live presentation?
Oh, no. I'm saying the live presentation or the video are interchangeable. Either one.
Okay, but when you said that you get them all excited, you talk them up, and then you said you meet with them, and you said you got to watch. Okay, so let me get clear. I'm sorry that I sound confused.
So here, like let me put a different color or. Thank
you.
Here, I'm going to put an or right here.
Okay.
Right. So I do the briefing. If you can see what I'm drawing out here, I do the briefing. They're like, yeah. I want to talk. Like, cool. Let's meet. Right. And so we schedule this time to meet with me or whoever the 5-star is going to be. Right. So whoever that 5-star is going to be, I say, yeah. Let's sit down and let's chat. Right. I want you to talk to this. I want you to talk with this person, and I think they can help you reach your goal. I think this person will be able to help you reach your goal. Right. And so like, yeah. Let's talk. Okay. So then I'll be like, oh, before we meet, right? This is when I pull it back. Before we meet, I've already collected their email. I've already sent them a calendar invite for this. I say, before we meet, could you make it, right? And again, this is an or. So could you make it to Thursday night, a Thursday night meeting? I actually have a couple people that I want you to meet. Could you make it to this live meeting? I got a guy. His name's Bill Predabon. He's been investing for, since I was in high school, right? Bill's investing in buying houses when I was studying how to do parabolas in math class, right? And this guy's been doing awesome stuff even through 2008. I want you to meet him. Is there anything you're doing at 7 p.m. this coming Thursday night that you couldn't get out of to meet Bill? Right. And so that's how I do that. Or if they say, oh no, I can't, I'm gonna change colors again. No, I can't do 7 p.m. I gotta work. Like, all right, tell you what, let's still meet Monday, but before we meet, could I introduce you to a guy named Michael Huggins that also just successful investor, doing a lot of stuff. In fact, he's buying up forest properties and turning stuff into automated food growing or food producing property. Super, super cool guy, and just done really well for himself. In fact, he's only like 32 years old. So before we meet, are you cool if I send you a recording of a class that Michael did, that he talks about using, and make sure that you've at least seen it so you can talk about it, right? Because you want to talk Michael up. You also want to be like, oh, Michael's going to share this. Michael's going to share that. He's going to share a banking strategy that's going to turn the banking industry on its head, absolutely on its head. It's going to rip the seams of reality for you with how banks work, right? So could you watch that video before you and I have the opportunity to sit down on Monday at 3 p.m., whatever, for our one-on-one? And I've never, when I say it like that, I've never had anybody say no, ever.
Nobody could say no to you, Daine. Oh my gosh, you are just like on fire. Oh Lord. But a couple weeks ago, I asked you, and it was at the tail end of the call, so now I have time, but it's the tail end of the call again. It's about
I know. I got 1 minute.
building intrigue. How do you build intrigue with people that you just meet? I sent you an email. We haven't
I just tell them. Oh, really? Did I not?
I did.
Oh, my goodness.
The drive system.
I apologize. So, all right, we are at the top of the hour. I'm sorry, my phone just told me we're at the top of the hour. So somebody said something. I didn't hear what you said.
Drive system.
Drive system. Yeah, drive system. But yeah, I really just say the words investing in real estate. That's it. That's all you need, right? When I was all like new and I had no idea, I would see people that were really skilled and they could create the entry, and I was like, you know what? I can't remember all this stuff. I just got to make it simple. And so I chose the phrase investing in real estate. Don't change it one bit. Don't say real estate investor, because then they think realtor. Don't change it. Just say investing in real estate, and you will create the intrigue. I don't care who they are. If they're interested, you can't say that to the, let's see, how do they say that? You can't say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the right person, right?
Correct.
If you just say investing in real estate, you're going to catch people. And if they engage with you with excitement, then you know you got a live one. And that's when you can be like, oh yeah, like I've been learning how to, they will tell you where the conversation is going to go, because you say the words investing in real estate and you're now in detective mode and you just watch what they do. And they say this or that or the other and get excited. And then you're just like, oh my gosh, yeah, like here's what I've been doing. Here's what I've been learning. Here's what I've been, right? And I haven't done anything yet, because I literally just got excited about this, like however long ago. But I've been watching this guy, and I saw this real estate investor break down how he will buy properties using other people's mortgages. And it just blew my mind, opened up my whole world. When I first decided I wanted to get into real estate investing, I didn't even know that I could Google that. I didn't even know that you could Google, hey, how to buy a house from somebody else's, using somebody else's mortgage, right? And this guy's just busting it out, how he and his team are closing real estate deals. In fact, is there anything you're doing on Thursday night at 7 p.m. that you couldn't get out of? I would love to introduce you to Michael Huggins. Right, that's exactly how I do it.
Aha, thank you. Thank you.
All right, so you just say the words, investing in real estate, and as soon as you're like, oop, I got a live one, that's when you engage. And you try to get them to the 101, you try to get them to a video, to a live presentation, you name it. That's all I've ever done. Because again, I'm too simple. I'm too simple to try and use all these different tactics and whatever. I just say investing in real estate, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Brilliant. Thank you.
They will direct it. So yeah, great. Cool. I know we got a jet, so let me check comments really fast, make sure I didn't leave anybody behind. Oh my gosh, we got 12 comments. Okay, cool. Some people chatting back and forth, helping each other. Love it. Could you please tell me the dates? Tell me the date of Michael Vogel's lawsuit. I am actually not sure the date of that. I apologize. So many trains on building intrigue. Cool. Yep, we got people helping people here. Love you guys. Cool. Thank you all. We're at the top of the hour. I'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful rest of your Wealth Wednesday and get to work. Love you guys.